I'm Gerson Borrero, and thank you for joining us for this edition of City and State TV. My guest today is someone who you probably think that wouldn't speak to Gerson Borrero, nor Gerson Borrero speak to him. His name is Ruben Diaz. He's a state senator, New York State Legislature, and he's also a pastor, a reverend, and we've had many differences since, I think, 1992 on radio. So in your capacity as minister, we've had differences. In your capacity as state senator, and yet we're able to sit down for City and State TV and have a conversation. Thank you for inviting us to your office here in the Bronx. This is your district office, but you're also in Albany. Let's start out with clearing up something with regards to, so that people understand the differences that I have with you, and we'll go to the session that just finished in the legislature. But the difference between you and I have always been on specific issues, an issue that you identify with regards to your opposition to same-gender marriage, which people, I think, erroneously call same-sex. The implication of the sex part, it bothers me always. But you and I have deferred on that, you as a pastor, but I've respected your position, and we've deferred on that as a state senator. And I have referred to you as Lucifer. And one day we spoke, and you asked me, why do you want to talk to Lucifer? And I just want to make sure that people understand that I have all the respect that I can for any pastor, any clergy person, any rabbi who opposes same-gender marriage. I understand it. And I explained to you, and if I'm saying something out of order, correct me, I explained to you that as a state legislature, then I would actually find it within my right to be able to call you the name of Lucifer as a state legislature who is combining his religious beliefs with that of the business of the people. And you, I don't think you accepted that, but at least you listened to me, and I don't still think you're comfortable with that, but I'm referring to you as State Senator Ruben Diaz today, so we don't get into the pastor thing.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come to my office. I want to say that to me, you are one of the most respected journalists in our community, and a person that agree or disagree with. You've always been consistent, and you have not been married to anybody. We're not talking about the political war. So I got no problem with you in that sense. The only difference, and I say, to myself, Gerson, I think that I am one of the, if not the best, one of the best leaders that this community has.
This community being the community, the South Bronx minority community in general.
The minority community. And I tell you why. You see that building over there? That's Ruben Diaz Village. A few blocks down, you got Ruben Diaz Plaza. A few blocks down the other way, you have Ruben Diaz Apartments. There's no one single elected official that has brought more housing for the low-income family than me. Nobody. Jobs. In one time, I was employing 1,300 people here when the Bronx got burned out. Mm-hmm. With the agency that I created, Christian Community in Action Home Attendance Program. So, and when there's problem in the community, or in Santo Domingo, anywhere, I'm the first one out there collecting money and doing rallies.
That being the Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic, and here in other countries, Honduras, whatever, or here in the city, I'm always there. However, that is not known because the press and people have concentrated only in painting me as somebody opposed to two issues: gay marriage and abortion. Those two issues have made me unwanted, have made me rejected, being rejected for everybody else. Nobody wants to know about me because those two issues. But however, all the things that I do, see my office here, I am the only office, and I'm proud to say that. You go to some of the elected officials, okay, they close the office 3 days in a week. They open. I'm open always from 9 to 5 every single day of the week. You got 40, 50 people here.
Including Sundays.
Sundays is church.
Okay, Sundays
Sunday
church.
is church.
But wait a minute. You say you blaming the press and it isn't that. But wait a minute. You do a pretty vociferous and loud job of making sure that those issues are heard. You say some things that are really provocative and offensive to people, such as your opposition. It's not just that you oppose same-gender marriage, but the way that you've done it.
No.
So we're making this up. The press is making it up.
What I'm trying to say is, I have the right.
Yes, you do.
To, according to the Constitution,
Right.
The right of expression. I have the freedom of religion.
Right.
Freedom of assembly.
Right.
I have all those my rights. So, because I am against something, I don't hate you. See, when you say he hates me, he's a hateful person. He's a homophobe.
But you understand the context in which your passion and the words that you said from the floor of the Senate in opposition to same-gender marriage could offend the people in our community who happen to be gay, people, both lesbians and homosexuals, who actually resent or trans. Well, it's the manner in which you say you actually vilify people. So maybe we should sit down. If I had a tape here, I would show it to you how offensive. And we could. Have you ever sat down with gay groups? Have you ever had an exchange?
Yes.
And had they expressed to you, I'm a heterosexual, like you are, but yet, let me ask you something. If you hate, you're 71 years old. You still, thank God you're in good health. You had a knee problem 2 years ago, you take it. What happens if you wake up one morning and you fall in love with a man? What are you gonna do? If you woke up one morning, what if you woke up? Do you understand that the nature of who you fall in love with?
That I don't think will happen.
But I'm just saying that people, people fall in love with people they fall in love with.
And I respect that, and that's your choice. That is your choice. The problem is that you don't give me my choice not to believe it. See,
But why do you judge people based on that?
Well, I don't judge people.
You don't?
No, I don't agree. See, that's the problem.
Right.
That's the situation. My religion, my belief says, no. That doesn't mean that I hate you. Then you go, oh, he hates you. Why? I don't believe in gay marriage. I don't believe in abortion.
But you can make that point as other people who voted against same-gender marriage did, and walk away. It seems like you just get a sledgehammer and you want to keep hitting people, and it isn't like you take a vote and do it's. Why do you feel compelled to be so loud about it?
Yesterday I was in Washington. I found 5,000 people from the city.
Right.
To Washington.
The March on Washington.
March for marriage. There was
for traditional marriage.
Yeah, there were people saying this is hateful march.
Right.
Why? Where that come from? And they say, you hate people, you're a minister, you're supposed to be hating people. Why? Where that's coming from?
All right. So
because the religion that I preach, the religion that I believe, forbid anybody to hate. See, if I want to go to heaven, I preach salvation. I preach eternal life.
But there's a church for that, not at the state legislature.
No.
You can't get on the floor in the Senate and
why would the state legislature want to see? I am the church, and I am the church, and I am the state. How could I divide myself from myself?
No, you're not. You're not. You're representing in the church. You're representing the flock. In the Senate, you're representing the people that elected you.
What about the thousand of people in the state that believe like me? Who represent them?
You, through your voice, through your vote, you oppose it.
No.
Okay, so let's come back to that, because I'm going to take it. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we're here with City and State TV, and this can get very out of hand for both of us because it's emotional. I happen to believe that anybody can fall in love with whoever they want to fall in love with.
Go ahead.
And right.
That's your problem.
Right, and
I don't accept.
Listen, I've been married 3 times. I have 3 marriages.
Me too.
And you have 2. So you got to catch up to me. But the fact is that I chose that I love women. But if I have anyone, a brother of mine, brother in the general sense of the humanity that we live in this planet, and if 2 women love each other, I have gay people. I have 2 aunts, an aunt and a cousin.
I got more family. I got more relatives.
Okay, so we both have. Okay. So then why not understand that it's possible for a woman to love a woman in the sense of love?
Who doesn't understand that?
Okay, well, I don't.
See, that's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's so basic, but
what is trying to say?
So we have vilified you. The press has vilified you.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have to come back to that.
Unfairly.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Very unfairly.
So you're a victim.
Because My lawyer, is Christopher Lee,
Right. I know Christopher. Yes.
my brother.
Okay.
I go out to dinner to dinner with him at
Right.
the movie with him and his partner, Christopher Lee. I go out to dinner and to
And you understand that there's real love between these two men.
yes.
So why
yes.
don't you understand that they should have the right to live in peace and with every right affordable by the state to them?
I don't.
Or
I give all the right except marriage, housing, social services, education, health services, any kind of service.
well, why is marriage so
marriage-
sacrosanct?
marriage-
You've been married twice. I've been married three
Yeah, but
times.
marriage is
We haven't done that well as
that word
heterosexuals.
marriage. It doesn't matter because you fall into something that doesn't mean that you have
Right.
to change your point of your belief. No. Marriage is sacred.
Well, if it's sacred, how come we violate it? You and I have violated.
To me, have been violated when you try to impose. Because this is what Harrison, listen to me.
You know what would?
Listen to me. If people, do you think people want marriage? You think the majority of people want same-sex marriage?
It is uncomfortable for people of a certain generation. It is not easy for me to have gone through the process.
want to
But
say-
I respect the right of people. And you, what I see is that you don't respect the
Then
right
give
of
me
people.
The right. No, give all the people the right to choose.
But you have.
No.
Okay.
It's
Do
been
you marry
imposed.
gay couples?
No,
You don't marry gay couples.
No. Same-sex marriage
Yeah.
has been imposed in 17 plus states of the union by judges and by the legislatures, not by the people. The people have not been given the chance to choose.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
So you want like an election on it? Okay.
That's
a
what I'm
referendum.
asking.
Okay.
Let us decide.
Can we? Okay. Let's take, because we're not going to reach an agreement. We should have a more expansive, kind of conversation, which is not going to get us anywhere. Because I know that if you woke up one morning and you fell in love with a man, you probably, hook up with the man. If it's real love,
I don't.
you wouldn't. Would you do it?
What?
If you fell in love with a man?
I don't think we ever fall in love with a man.
Okay, all right. So let's leave it at that. So we're not going to get anywhere. All right.
My belief, my faith will not allow me to fall in love with a man.
Okay, right. I'm glad that you're so absolute about something that is all
No,
emotional.
I am
and
definitely
it's
absolute.
Okay, all right.
The Bible that I preach says
The Bible, you know how much prostitution and
doesn't matter what I
infidelity
believe.
and incest is in the Bible, and how many crazy things are. I mean,
love it.
that's the book of.
I love you.
You know how much indecent people are written up in the Bible as being so perfect. But
But God is not indecent.
I didn't say God was.
God is not indecent. I could be indecent. I could be a sinner. I could be a rotten person. But God is not. And the Bible never changes. God is not. I mean, and that to say, see, because
You want to stay on the subject, don't you?
no.
I'm gonna try to move out of here,
No,
because we can talk about this.
No, God is not. God doesn't change. God is not indecent. People are indecent. People are corrupt. People are wrong.
In whose image were we made? You see this, we can continue this conversation on. He sent the Son, Jesus Christ, for you as a Christian. That's the belief. That was the Savior. Was he perfect?
The
No.
three major religions, Jews, Muslim, and Christian, oppose gay marriage.
And they all have closet homosexuals and closet lesbians and
we all
closet
have-
pedophiles
we
and
all-
people who
we all-
abuse minors. And those are bigger sinners than
we all
anyone.
have-
I have respect for people that are honest. We all have, yes, but
No, that doesn't mean that the Bible is dishonest. People are dishonest.
all right.